we're going to be getting involved in a lot more networking with respect to the show now, which is going to be interesting to see how we flex those networking muscles and what we do with that. You're going to be a big part of that as well. I love that you're going to be a regular co-host on the show. What are your thoughts on that before we get into networking?
I'm really excited about it. My biggest thing is to give value. I really want to make sure people can walk away with value from any conversation or any interaction they have with me. And I think this is a way to spread it wider than one-on-one, because I am not physically able to be in front of everyone and to be talking with everyone. I don't think I'd have the energy for that, just in general, knowing myself. But this is a great way to do it in a way that allows people to buy in. They're able to come on, listen, and get value to walk away with, and then follow up on it in a more physical space. You can listen to the podcast, but then the networking piece comes into it secondary. If you want to take action on it, if you see what we're doing here and you get excited and you're like, wow, I want to bring that to fruition, there's an opportunity for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're accessible too. So especially, if you're anywhere in the San Antonio area, being able to come to one of our networking events is going to be a real thing. And having conversations, and maybe even being a guest on the show is a great way to kind of dig in more. If they've got questions, I'd be happy, and it'd be fun to dig into, somebody who's just starting out as an entrepreneur and they want to figure out how to navigate certain entry level things. Who knows? They could come away with a great set of tools to start their business.
For sure. We've all been at the point of starting our businesses in different realms, and we network with enough people. I work with people, you work with people that are all on that level of really taking their business to the next level, but we've all been at the very beginning. So it's always interesting to talk to new entrepreneurs who are just trying to soak in as much information. And you never know when you're going to hear something that's just completely new, unique, and could change the game.
Yep.
Just because you've never been an entrepreneur doesn't mean that you're not going to bring something that's totally game changer to an entire industry. And that's exciting.
I have a couple of friends like that I love talking to them, you know what I mean? Because, they've got the flexibility to tell me where I'm way off base, at least in their opinion, right? They're not walking my walk, but every once in a while something will come up like, whoa, I hadn't heard that before. And that's something I know that I can implement in my business and make a difference. I love those kind of conversations. They're so much fun to have. So back to networking. So obviously we get a lot of guests. I've had over 150 guests on the show over the last 15 months or so that I've been doing this. And I thought it would be cool to start inviting them to be part of a WhatsApp group, because they're all quality people, right? But we all can use a little bit of help in certain areas. Maybe we need help with something in the business related world, or maybe they've got a charity thing they're working on, or whatever. I'm looking for employees. You never know, right? So the idea of the WhatsApp is for us to be in there, and for me to have somebody who's full-time monitoring that, because it is a lot of noise, right? It can get busy, right? And so pretty soon people just start ignoring that, right? But they may check it every once in a while, or they want to have access to it if they need something, right? And they want to know that they're being heard, right? So if you pour into a WhatsApp something you need or whatever, and you think that, well, nobody's going to be paying attention to it, but we're doing it a little bit differently. It's like, hey, there's somebody full-time watching that. And when somebody has a need, that person is going to go and find the match for that need in some way, right? Let's just take, for example, you got a plumber who needs an electrician to help with something, right? Yeah. It's like, hey, I've got a job. I'm going to need an electrician. Anybody know a good one? Because theirs is inaccessible for whatever reason, because most of the plumbers are going to have an electrician, right, that they're teamed up with in some aspect. Well, they put that into the WhatsApp, and now the person monitoring it says, okay, well, here's your request. We have a list of plumbers or electricians that can match that, and then she can actually reach out to that person and say, hey, Tom, I saw that you had this need, and here's some results for that. And she can also put it in the WhatsApp so that everybody's fed that same information. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, because, we've all, if you're in networking, we've been parts of Facebook group, WhatsApp, where that's an available option. And I know that when it comes to me, I know that if I put a request in one of those groups, I then have to monitor it amongst the other chatter to get my answer, right? I'm like, I have to be on top of this for the next however many hours until I get the information, hopefully, but I might not get the information. I've had groups where I've asked for the information. I got nothing. I was like, okay, but I still had to monitor it. So that mental energy was there where I was like, oh, is this it? No. Is this it? No. And then like, I never got the answer. So it was like, hopefully I looked into a different avenue to get what I needed. So that's, I think, what's unique about this is there's someone else monitoring it for you. That is leveraged on your behalf. So you put in a request and then you can bail if you need to. If you're about to jump into a meeting and you're like, ooh, it would be really great to have an electrical contact. I need an electrician. I'm going to go and do my meeting. And then when you come back, that answer is there for you one-on-one.
Yeah, one-on-one. So text, email, and then also in the WhatsApp, right? Probably not the phone calls, right? Because people are going to be too busy, right? But we'll have everybody's contact information that's part of that group so we can send the email and text out so that they've got an answer for that. I think it's a pretty cool idea, and we'll learn as we go through it what's working efficiently, what's not working, and we'll tweak it from there. But I think that's a really great starting place to do that.
And I think that preserves the like, what am I saying? The mission of the original radio show. Homeowner Talk Radio was about reaching out to homeowners and giving them resources. And now we're shifting more into let's talk business. We're going business to business. We're giving business owners tips. But I'll tell you, you know, when I was building my business in real estate, most of my business came from referrals. It was people who knew, liked, and trust me sending me business. And those people were always so much easier to work with, so much warmer toward me. They trusted me more. They were willing to take my advice, and they usually got a better deal because of it. And that's the thing that we're trying to create here. It's not that we're not advertising the businesses to homeowners. It's that we're giving the businesses a wider reach because everyone in the WhatsApp network becomes your network because you're asking for that and people are giving you their references.
Yeah, and I think the reach will definitely be there too because of the social media effort that's going on. I have 4 full-time social media people now, and 3 of them are working on my stuff. One of them is full-time for my stuff, and the other 2 are kind of part-time on my stuff. So there's a lot of reach there, and I'm willing to just keep growing that as the need is there so that we can be reaching millions of people every month. That's no joke. It's totally possible.
Well, and that's the thing about social media. There's almost no bigger scalable business model than social media. Who doesn't have social media nowadays? Even the elderly community, most of the way they can get connected is on social media. So thinking that it won't reach a certain population is short-sighted because everyone has some form of social media. So if we can be hitting it all, then we're hitting pretty much everybody, and anybody who needs this value is going to be able to access it.